Would you like to start?
I don't mind.
Well, how do you normally start? It's your lesson. General studies?
The boys decide. Ask them.
Anybody?
Oh, come on, boys, don't sulk.
We don't know who we are, sir. Your class or Mr. Irwin.
Does it matter?
Oh, yes, sir. Depends if you want us thoughtful or smart.
He wants you civil, you rancid little turd.
Hitler, sir, you're a witness. He could be sacked.
I thought we might talk about the Holocaust.
Good gracious, is that on the syllabus?
It has to be. The syllabus includes the Second War.
I suppose it does.
Though in any case, the scholarship questions aren't limited to a particular curriculum.
Yeah, but how can you teach the Holocaust?
Well, that would do as a question. Can you, should you, teach the Holocaust? Anybody?
It has origins, it has consequences. It's a subject like any other.
Not like any others, surely, not like any other at all.
No, but it's a topic.
They go on school trips there nowadays, don't they? Auschwitz, Dachau. What's always concerned me is where do they have their sandwiches, drink their cokes?
The visitor centre, it's like anywhere else.
Do they take pictures of each other there? Are they smiling? Do they hold hands? Nothing is appropriate. Just as questions on an examination paper are inappropriate. How can the boys scribble down an answer, no matter how well put, that doesn't demean the suffering involved? And putting it well demeans it as much as putting it badly.
It's a question of tone, surely, tact.
Oh, not tact. Decorum.
What if you were to write this was so far beyond one's experience, silence is the only proper response?
That'll be Mr. Hector's answer to lots of questions, though, wouldn't it, sir?
Yes, Dakin, it would.
Whereof one cannot speak, thereof one must be silent.
Oh.
That's right, isn't it, sir? Wittgenstein.
Yes, that's good.
Oh, it's not good. It's flip, it's glib, it's journalism.
It's you that taught us it.
I didn't teach you, and Wittgenstein did not screw it out of his very guts in order for you to turn it into a dinky formula. I should have thought you, of all people, were bright enough to see that.
I do see it, I just don't agree with it. Well, not anymore.
Sir, you told us once it was to do with the trenches. That one person's death tells you more than 1,000. When people are dying like flies, you said that is what they are dying like.
Except that these weren't just dying, they were being processed. What is different is the process.
Good.
It's not good. Posner isn't making a point. He's speaking from the heart.
So, supposing we get a question on Hitler and the Second War, and we take your line, sir. That this was not a crazed lunatic, but a statesman.
Oh, a statesman?
Not a statesman, Dakin, a politician. I wouldn't say statesman.
Well, a politician, then. And one erratically, perhaps, but still discernibly operating within the framework of traditional German foreign policy.
Yes.
And we go on to say, in accordance with this line, that the death camps have to be seen in the context of this policy.
I think that would be inexpedient.
Inexpedient.
I think it's true for a start.
Well, what has truth got to do with it? I thought we'd already decided that for the purposes of this examination, truth is, if not an irrelevance, then only so relative as just to amount to another point of view.
Why can we simply not just condemn the camps outright as an unprecedented horror?
There's no point, sir. Everybody will do that. That's a stock answer.
Oh,
the camp's an event unlike any other. The evil, unprecedented, etc., etc.
Oh, no. Can't you see that even to say etc. is monstrous? Etc. is what the Nazis would have said. The dead reduced to a mere verbal abbreviation. What have we learned about language? Orwell!
All right, not etc. But given that the death camps are generally thought of as unique, wouldn't another approach be short precedence there were? And put them up in proportion.
It's not proportion then, but putting them in context.
But to put something in context is a step towards saying that it can be understood and that it can be explained. And if it can be explained, that it can be explained away.
Tu comprendre, c'est tout pardonner.
That's good, Posner.
It isn't good, sir, I mean
But
it.
when we talk about putting them in context, it's only the same as the dissolution of the monasteries. After all, the monasteries were dissolved before Henry VIII. Dozens of them.
Yes, but the difference is, I didn't lose any relatives in the dissolution of the monasteries.
Good point.
You keep saying good point, sir. Not a good point. True! To you, the Holocaust is just another topic on which we may or may not get a question.
No, but this is history. Distance yourselves. Our perspective on the past alters. Looking back, immediately in front of us is dead ground. We don't see it, and because we don't see it, it means there's no period so remote as the recent past. And one of the historian's jobs is to anticipate what our perspective on that period will be, even on the Holocaust. I think that went rather well.
Parrots! I thought I was lining their minds with some kind of literary insulation, proof against the primacy of fact. Instead, back up my words like a speaky weight machine. Tu comprends, c'est tu pardonner. Please.
Well, I was rather encouraged. I think they're getting the idea.
You know what the worst thing is? The worst thing is, I wanted them to show off, to come up with a short answer, the handy quote. I wanted them to compete. Oh, it's time I went.
Went where?
Oh, home. Home? Ah, take him. I've got the New Statesman for you. It's in the staff room.
I'll get it tomorrow, sir. Just want to ask Mr. Irwin something. We were just having a discussion, sir, as to whether you were disingenuous or meretricious.
I'm flattered.
Disingenuous is insincere, not candid, having secret motives. Meretricious is showy and falsely attractive. We decided that you were meretricious, but not disingenuous.
Thank you.
What you were saying about the perspective altering. Well, the stuff we generally do with Mr. Hector, the poetry and Shakespeare and that. Will the perspective alter on that?
Not now, no, probably not.
Better shelf life than your stuff then, see?
That's the point. It's art. It has a different shelf life altogether.
Never mind, Coach. We still love you, even if you are a bit flash.
You flirt.
I don't understand it. Never wanted to please anybody the way I do him, girls not accepted.
This making it up I can't get used to. Arguing for effect. Not believing what you're saying. That is not history. It's journalism.
Wait till you get started on the sex.
Oh.
You're making it up all the time. Being different. Outrageous. That's what they go for, I tell you. History is fucking.
Discuss. Anyway, I'm not going to, am I? Not while God's still in the frame.
Hector's gone right off me.
Lucky you.
Thinks I've gone over to the enemy.
I did notice the lift seemed to have stopped.
Oh no, that's something else. He's going, you know.
The big man?
Yeah. Don't let on. Fiona says.
Sacked? Who complained? That's why the lifts have stopped.
Poor sod. Though in some ways I can't say I'm sorry.
No. No more genital massage as one speeds along leafy suburban roads. No more the bike's melancholy long withdrawing roar as he dropped you at the corner, your honour still intact.
Lecture though one is or one aspires to be, it occurs to me that the lot of woman cannot be easy, who must suffer such inexpert male fumblings virtually on a daily basis. Are we scarred for life, do you think?
We must hope so. Perhaps it'll turn me into Proust.